This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
What happens when you tap the angry beaver in the bunghole?
Exactly. Come on. Christ. To hell with this. I'm calling a break. We'll come back to the show.
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
Just where do you guys think you are?
The Library of Congress?
Detroit? Beyond the sun?
Any of those right?
Hey guys, this is Time Hawk, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D Show.
That analogy sucks because it's right.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D.
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come. Shut up.
This is Robert Hayes, the Ted Stryker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo Bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie. And you're listening to IT in the D.
I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D.
Hey, Jerry Slater. Hey, Jerry Slater.
Really good.
Hey, Jerry Slater.
The dirt monster is in full effect here.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT in the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
Hello, everybody. It's Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are listening to IT in the D.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
Is underwater. I repeat, Detroit is underwater. But we made it in the studio, and we are fine, and we are live. This is the IT in the D Show, episode 54. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. There's 2/3 of us right now. The show is hosted tonight. Bob the Sales Guy, Mr. Monday Night. Dave the Geek. Jeff the Voice of Reason is still en route. We got Billy Strotter in studio.
Hello.
And for the first time in IT in the D history, we picked up a random at the bar and brought her in the studio. So
that's the first time.
It is. So we have a complete stranger. No one knows. She just decided to come on the air with us. We have Joanna here. How you doing?
Hi.
So there is tons and tons of wacky mayhem and crap and stories and goofy stuff to talk about and people dying. And yeah, we got a packed show, even though the studio's empty.
Downtown is completely ridiculous. I mean, so it took me the most insane way to get down here that I've ever taken in my life. It took me down Groesbeck, and Ayton Groesbeck was like a scene from the biblical floods. There were cars, like it had to have been like 2.5 feet of water, and it was just a complete mess.
I was running late. There was like 200 people on the overpass by the lodge, and I wanted to see what they were seeing so bad, but I couldn't stop. Everyone's got their cameras out, you know. Like, God, it must be something really good because there's so many people. Everybody's pulling over. They run out of the car to watch.
Have you seen Facebook? It probably wasn't that good.
Probably wasn't.
So the big news, we have our first official sponsor.
Where's the bell? No, this is a big deal. We've been doing this for a year,
Ever.
the podcast. But I think the culmination of we've getting our web traffic is through the roof. Podcast traffic, we're really close to 100,000 listens an episode. We just hit 5,000 on LinkedIn. I think we hit the tipping point. So yeah, I would like to welcome Logicalis as our first official legitimate sponsor of the IT and the D.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, I mean, for those of you that aren't familiar with Logicalis, or more importantly, Matt's been floating around the group for quite some time. So Logicalis, they're an international IT solutions and managed service provider. They have expertise in communications and collaboration, data center, cloud services. They do a whole bunch of stuff. They employ nearly 3,700 people worldwide, more than 20 offices in the U.S., including 2 in Metro Detroit.
Farmington Hills and Auburn Hills?
Yep, and more importantly, they're a sponsor of us and our Pink Slip Party, which is coming up on 9/18.
Yeah, so I mean, in a nutshell, in layman's, they build data center and cloud and infrastructure. They, Cisco, HP, all that good stuff. So yeah, they're awesome company. I've been working with them for 10 years myself. So happy to bring them in the fold. So yeah, good times indeed.
So yeah, we have sponsors, and then OST came on board for the Pink Slip Party.
OST's out of Grand Rapids.
Yeah, they're coming all the way down from Grand Rapids to come check us out, which is interesting.
They got some sales guys in Detroit, so they do very well on this side of town. But yeah, they just hit they're a big HP, Cisco solutions provider, cloud provider. They're hiring like crazy. They can't keep enough.
And with the advent of the Sex Tape, the movie that came out with Cameron Diaz, and it's all about the cloud. No one understands the cloud.
I didn't see that scene yet. Oh, that's funny. Well, I don't even know what is the cloud. I don't know. It's crazy.
It's mainframe on the internet. That's what I keep coming back to.
I hear the internet's going. There's panic in the streets of London with the internet. Everybody's going crazy over
Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger, we're all gonna die.
It's gonna move my car while I'm in the mall shopping for clothes.
Take pictures of me when I poop, and I hate it. What? I know. So break it down. So Facebook is in essence saying you have to, this has got to be part of the family, right? If you're using Facebook on your phone, you got to download Messenger. And there's a couple permission settings where they get access to your phone, to your contacts.
The funny part about that entire thing to me is that you idiots were all the ones that laughed at me when Uber, their last app update, requested these exact same permissions. And you guys were like, oh, you're just stupid. It's just Uber. They're not doing anything.
Every app.
So you can upload a selfie, or you can take a video of your drive, or you can call Uber. Stop being a retard and just download Uber and be good with it. And then Messenger comes out and it's like, nah!
That's how they were, too. If you notice, though, like I've downloaded, like when I just got a new phone, so I had to re-download all those apps and updates and all that. They all have the same permissions. Every single one of them.
Oh, take a look at the stupid freaking games that you have on your phone, because I mean
they're worse.
Oh, they're the worst. I mean, like, why does Angry Birds need to be aware of my phone state and my contacts?
Yeah,
why?
But if you look at Messenger, you can dial out of it. You can send pictures through it. So yeah, they're gonna need access to your phone to dial out. They're going to need access to your camera so you can send people selfies of you in the slow roll.
Or you at the Motley Crue concert.
I only took one selfie at the Crue concert. No, but the program, it needs access to that stuff. So how else are they going to do what they do if you don't give it? And people are like, don't ever contact me on Facebook Messenger again. You can contact me via SMS, like... you fax me like normal people do.
Right. Well, and that's the sad part is that, and I've walked...
I'm offended and I have no idea why.
Right. I'm sorry that the free service that you use mildly inconveniences you for a moment.
They changed the layout. We're all going to die.
Right.
Stupid.
But no, I mean, I've walked like 3 or 4 people through it, and it's real simple. When you're walking through the setup, you tell it, no, I don't want you to access my phone contacts. No, I don't want you to access my SMS. Yes, skip my phone. And then it's no different than Facebook chat. It's exactly.
No, that's all it is. That's
Facebook bought WhatsApp a couple months ago now.
That's what this is.
Duh, they're going to try to integrate SMS and messaging. And that's.
They want to own all the things just like everyone else.
Just like Google and everybody else does, right.
But again, it's like you get two people to freak out, and then the trickle effect goes into, oh my God, I'm offended too. and it's really not that complicated.
No, it's not.
They're not gonna dial out. They're not gonna.
Yeah, you're not going to find that your phone has made overnight calls to Botswana without your knowledge. You're not going to find out that it's taking video of you while it's sitting on your nightstand charging at night. It doesn't work that way.
Or your dirty texts to your girlfriend, they're not going to publish them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want to threaten me with something? Yeah, tell me it's going to send on my Facebook and text messages to my wife.
And gone. I'll go back to smoke signals at that point.
So yeah, but talking about going back to 1997, the one that made me laugh was that Yahoo email, which I'll be honest, I didn't know was still a thing.
I only use it for fantasy football, otherwise I'd kill it.
Well, then you'll be thrilled to know that they've added PGP encryption to Yahoo email.
Why?
Because apparently they would like to be relevant again, please. Sir.
It's not happening. Well, didn't they try? They tried to do Y-mail and
right?
Because as if just like Microsoft with Live, they forced you to do Live so you can get like a Office 365 username and like Xbox 360, right? And Xbox One. You had to get a Live. You think I actually use that stupid email for anything other than logging into Xbox?
No.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Like, don't force me into a stupid email. Like, if I need it, I'll use it.
Right. That's why I keep yelling at Comcast. I mean, so Comcast, I use that email address for nothing.
Oh, yeah, no, I get the AT&T one.
They don't allow you to forward it to anywhere. So, like, once a month, I have to remember.
You can't forward it? Isn't it a POP address?
No, I've tried.
Really?
It doesn't like it. So I have to remember once a month to go in there and check it because that's where my bills go for them, and that's why they won. I finally caved and set them up on
$5 a month for paperless.
Right, and I finally caved and set it up on autopay, so I don't have to worry about it anymore.
I do it out of spite. No, mail it to me.
So you will spend your whatever 42 cents. Or
no, it's like 50 cents now. You're out of touch.
Apparently, I'm the smart one. I'm still sitting on the cash of Forever stamps that I bought like 6 years ago.
I can't remember the last time I've written a paper check.
Exactly. That's why I'm still sitting on a cash of Forever stamp.
Let alone lick a stamp.
Oh no, they're all self-adhesive.
Oh.
Nobody licks stamps.
They don't do that anymore?
Yeah, no, we all know
that proves I'm out of touch.
Right. Yeah, because I think the glue that comes on stamp. I mean, it's all made from like toad sweat or something.
That was the worst smelling, tasting. So we talk about can we rant real quick?
Absolutely, go.
You know how the last week, I'm like the only guy in Detroit that hates the slow roll, and we're okay with that. Robin Williams died today, right?
Do we go into the conversation that we had on Saturday before WJR about the slow roll?
No. What we said has been said.
All right.
That beast has been put to bed.
Okay.
But Robin Williams died today, and you want to hit the Godfather? No, I'm just kidding. All you know him is from the movies, and granted, I grew up on Mork and Mindy. I grew up on. I grew up on all his movies. My kids watch Miss Doubtfire. It's good. He's a very talented guy, but all you knew him was that character on your television set, right? So now he died, right? But it's not like Back to the Future where he gets erased from these movies. He's still.
Yeah, you can still pop in the DVD of Mrs. Doubtfire, and he'll still be there going, "Hello."
Some guy put on Facebook today that my 7-year-old's going to be heartbroken because Robin Williams died. We used to watch Jack all the time. I'm like, you didn't burn the movie. Like, it's still going to play. Like, you don't have to tell your 7-year-old the guy died, and if he did, it didn't matter because the guy's like. We always talked about it, like, the only time that I ever got like, oh, was like
Rodney,
Carlin, Farley were like the three were like, dude, it's kind of it's sad because I was a huge mega fan, right? So I can see like being a little sad, but guess what? Tommy Boy still works, Caddyshack still plays. That's all I ever knew the guy. I never shook his hand. I never hung out with him. So like, why in the world is like, oh, it's so sad. Oh, it's so tragic. Is that just like, are they trying to be human? I don't even know what the point is. Why Billy? Why would you be sad or like, oh my God, it's so tragic? Like, you don't know him. Like, you know his movies. His movies are still in your house if you want to watch them. Am I wrong?
Well, he's Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I mean, why are you so angry at Robin Williams?
I'm not angry, but everyone
sound angry a little bit.
I'm angry because everyone thinks it's like this tragic thing.
Bob wishes he could leave his wife for the nanny and run away.
Is that what
Like
Mrs.
Robin
Doubtfire
Williams.
did?
No, that's what Robin Williams did.
Oh, nice. Do you see the woman that interviewed her be nanny at my house? Yeah, no.
Bo's in charge of the interviews.
That's what happened at Charles' house.
You know, but could it be because people just identify with someone that you spend all of this time and invest, and you're like, oh, I love Robin Williams.
But he's still there in the capacity in which you knew him.
Well, but I mean, that's
Right,
guess
so
that
you
just
can't
gets
make
to
any
the
more
core of everything that's wrong with society today. It's that whole cult of personality where
Hello, Kardashian?
Yeah, exactly. Who's famous for getting for having a sex tape released. Let's put it that way.
Something we had a discussion about that. Getting out of bed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like I've started referring to Thanksgiving as the Kardashian holiday. You know it's there and you know it's like around, but you don't really remember why anymore. But no, I mean it's like I don't get it. Like
I mean, granted, okay, so we had a friend of a close friend of the family, more or less my parents, not but that died in a similar fashion, and that was sad. He went through depression. So yeah, you want to say he's sad for his family. You want to say he's sad for the people that were his loved ones. Great, but to say that you're sad because he won't put out any more stuff, to me, I think that's selfish. Well, put it in his old movies.
Well, I mean, more to the point, how do you know the stuff he wouldn't put out in the future sucked?
Wasn't he doing Snickers commercials now?
Yeah.
Mother Russia, like, oh yeah, I think you've peaked, man. I think you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bring back Yakov Smirnoff before we bring back. Yeah.
What was the? Never mind. I don't want to get into it anymore. I'm done with it. No, because then I'm trying to I'm going on Facebook to see where it's flooded,
right?
Because it's become my Twitter feed.
And it's flooded with people like "Rest in peace" or "I'm so sad."
Yeah.
And you're
and
just
why?
Like, why?
Right.
Again, he put it in Tootsie. It's still going to be there.
Robin Williams was not in it.
Wait, who was Tootsie? Oh, that was Dustin Hoffman. Oh my God! All right, I'm going to hell for that one.
Yeah, so that movie absolutely still works.
Yeah, is Dustin Hoffman still alive? Yeah, apparently. So are we
couple orders of business we should get to. So our phone number, in case anybody wants to call, is 313-462-0107. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ITandTheD. You can find us on Twitter at ITandTheD. We do have an event. We have our event next Thursday night out at Cicerelli's in Auburn Hills, right across from the old
Post.
Yeah, it's the old Post Bar. It's right across from the Palace. Should be a good time. Daryl...
should be a great time.
Yeah, Daryl used to run the Post Novi when we were down there and having our insane events that way. So he's looking forward to having us out there. Should be a good time. So it's next Thursday, 5 o'clock start time, just like always. Nice and casual. Should be a good event. This Thursday, though, and I did take a look, there are still a few free tickets still available.
Did you see the note we got on that? Go ahead, talk about the event, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Because clearly no. So out at New Horizons, there's an event on Thursday morning with Brightwing and us. That's basically finding a job for IT professionals, and it's resume help, and it's Bob and I are going to be doing our 10 Commandments of Networking shtick that we've been doing for Shifting Gears for a couple of years. So I mean, it should be an overall good event. So what sort of feedback did we get?
To register for this event, I have to agree to a rather exhaustive terms of service for Eventbrite. When I'm not a buyer, why? I only want to attend. Is this necessary?
Whoever that is, reply, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
That's the excuse. I think that's the built-in excuse.
I'm sorry that the free ticket that you're going to be getting to an event...
that you're going to sit and read an Eventbrite for a free ticket? So Eventbrite is just a way to organize who's coming and who's not. Yep. Right? It's an RSVP list. I don't even know what's in their terms of service. There's no way.
Don't know, don't care.
There's nothing. No one's ever read terms of service. So you mean to tell me someone that's unemployed that you got a free service to help you find a job at a recruiting agency, and you're worried about terms of service on Eventbrite? It's a built-in excuse. Oh, I didn't get that job because the terms of service were just exhaustive.
It was just too much. I couldn't accept it.
I can't go to something like that.
Idiots.
Again, the more people like that do what they do, it's better for us in the long run. But yeah, Thursday at a Brightwing. That's what It's funny because there was another recruiting company
at New Horizons.
At New Horizons in Troy. There's another recruiting company that shall be nameless that gave me a call and said, "Yeah, that's great with the WJR thing, and you talked about Brightwing and all that." I go, "Yeah, but they're doing stuff. They're inviting us. You guys don't invite us to crap. What do you want me to say or do?"
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to need to know who that is.
Good, great for radio.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the social next week, and then the Pink Slip Party the month after at the Majestic.
Yep, September 18th at the Majestic. Again, a 5:00 start time. Got a couple of sponsors queued up. Life's
we booked,
good.
if you guys remember the band that played St. Andrews, it was like the Dixieland Jazz Band from Sugar House.
I think it was March of...
It was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I think it was the very first one.
Yeah.
The guys from Sugar House.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing. He doesn't know if he can get the clarinet guy, and I told him I don't care. Just I'll see you there.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, maybe I could. I don't care. I'll see you there.
Right.
So we'll might have a couple other fun tricks up our sleeve, but yeah, should be a good time no matter what.
We usually do. It's a good time.
Absolutely.
Well, and it's hands down the best job fair that's not a job fair that you'll ever go to in your life. So,
well, we'll have pizza this time instead of chicken shawarma, so that might stink. But actually, their pizza's good. So,
do we have to?
Yeah.
All right.
They're downstairs. It's easy.
All right. I'm a fan of easy. But yeah, so the parking is right there on site. Life's good. $5 to park. Don't have to worry about any of the nonsense like has happened at St. Andrews Hall in the past, where it says $5 all day, but that only lasts till 5 o'clock, and then it's $15, and the guy wants to argue
$5.
with you,
yep.
And then I want to slap the guy, and then there's a fight in a parking lot outside of one of our events, and that's never good.
No, and we got room for another 500 or so.
I believe you.
No, and we got room for another 500 or so. So
yeah.
We'll be able to press release will come out. I think last time we had 150 recruiters hiring for at least a couple thousand jobs.
Yeah,
we know there's 3,000 going on at GM alone. So good stuff going on downtown.
Yeah, getting to be interesting. All right, so let's talk about.
Well, Billy, you want to dive back into you're doing the social media consulting, right? Or at least partially. What are people coming at you with Facebook Messenger freaking out with their hair on fire going, what do we do?
No one actually asked me anything. They just, it's posted. I see it in my
as long as the check clears, is not,
That's pretty much how it works. Nap at noon and slush run at 2:00 in the afternoon. That's how those things work.
Day drinking in Warren on a random
I want to be a
Friday.
social media guru.
Ninja.
Ooh,
Take that back. It's not guru. It's ninja. Yeah, no, seriously, but it's like I have nothing new to add to that because, again, it's the same permissions that are being asked of any app that you install on your phone. I'm just blown away how people they lost it.
Because nobody reads, and that's the thing. Like, if they would look at what Angry Birds is requesting access to, they would lose their freaking minds.
Everyone just wants to hate Facebook.
No, you know what I think it is the people that hate on Fox News that only get snippets from Jon Stewart, and they're offended, man. It's like nobody read any of these permissions or anything. They just saw an article on Thrillst or wherever the hell that wrote about it that's crazy, and then they got it at a Wall Street Journal and it got on the news. So then all of a sudden, by the time you get to the fourth person that says, "Oh my God, crazy," on reading articles, and they're like, "Well, I must be offended too, but I don't know why, so I'm just going to scream about it."
That's what everyone else is yelling, but I don't know what we're yelling about.
Exactly.
Well, that was so. Yes, I don't know if you caught any of the fireworks that went on last night. There was someone that we know that had posted something about how something that wasn't really very based in reality, because it was based. It was a link to a site that is well known for posting crap. And the crap that they had posted was based off of further out there crap that was, completely and easily refuted and just, not based in reality. Or
oh yeah, I read that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's I get it. You have your convictions, and that's fine, but you can't hold them beyond the point of reason, or you shouldn't.
But you'd really is there one person on this planet? There's no way they're getting rid of their Facebooks over anything. Facebook could come out and, honest to God, they could do anything right now except charge $20 a month. They would probably lose 20% if they went and charged money. There's no way people are so addicted and hooked on it that you could do they could do anything right now, and they got people wrapped around their fingers.
Except for take away Candy Crush.
Exactly. Well, then you're going to see a mass exodus to Friendster, the return of MySpace.
Everyone will go back to MySpace. Yeah, that'll happen.
Was that the only one that liked Friendster?
Possibly.
Were you the only one on Friendster?
I don't even know what Friendster is.
I was Friendster before Facebook. Like I was like one of the last. Like I didn't want to do Facebook. I didn't want to Facebook. I liked Friendster. Friendster was happy.
Was there anybody else there?
No, it was like 3 people.
So you were friends with yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Story of his life. Yeah, it's such as true in my normal life.
Just got a text from my daughter. She's like, seriously, Ninja? I'm like,
nice.
No, I'm
Great.
kidding.
Billy's daughter's listening. Great. Must.
Yeah, so, just
watch
your
language.
I'm gonna. Are you doing
text Jed and have her put to bed?
Are you,
go to bed, Savannah.
Hey, I heard you're doing a Twitter Your Way to Success class on Friday for $20. Is that true?
No, it's $19.99,
Oh.
and if you sign up now, then you'll get an extra registration.
I'm not kidding. There's someone that you know and that I know that we know
That we all know
that did a
that-
$40 class to Foursquare Your Way to Success. No. Yep. It was a while ago, but it existed.
Well, and clearly because Foursquare isn't Foursquare Swarm now.
Yeah. What's up with the?
Yeah.
They're saying they saved the company.
It did.
No, explain, because I was a Foursquare casual user, like occasionally. What did they do to save the company? Because I think it confused everyone, splitting off to Swarm, right?
No, the way that they went about it was actually pretty smart. They launched Swarm a while ago. They didn't just say, okay, Foursquare's going away, here's Swarm. They launched Swarm, gave you some time for the early adopters to jump on. But if you take a look at the downloads, like the daily downloads of Foursquare,
right,
what you saw is that there was a steep decline. And then as soon as they launched Swarm, they saw a spike in downloads. And then when they got rid of the check-ins and said, all right, it's just going to be Foursquare, it's going to help you find locations, they've actually seen an increase in downloads. So it has breathed life back in the Foursquare by taking out that check-in element.
Aren't they just trying to be Yelp, though?
In any press release that they've ever done, or any kind of, did they ever use the word pivot? Because if they use the word pivot, I'm going to have to hate them.
Maybe.
Do you read their press releases?
Is it online? I don't know. It's too long, didn't read.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, story
Too
of my
lazy.
life.
Is it more than a tweet?
Well, no, I'm looking at it right now. Great nightlife nearby. Perfect for a date. Arcade games and retro fun, 3rd Street. Arcade games and retro fun, 3rd Street. Scotch and whiskey. Margaritas and cocktails outside. So it's like,
what voice is that?
I just made that up on the spot. I don't know.
Very pretty.
It's little Bob. I don't know, Bob Barker. No, I just
that's his Wix.com guy commercial. That's the yeah.
Yeah, they just got an email. They saw our website. They want to meet. Yeah. God, is that the worst commercial on the planet? I just don't. So now I'm confused though, because I used to check in, and by some stretch of the imagination, someone says, "Oh, Bob's at whatchamacallit bar," and I'd stop in. If I wanted to find out what's nearby, I used Yelp. So what did they? They didn't differentiate themselves by going in this direction. They just made it more confusing for me to do the two things I wanted to do, was find places around. Like when I travel on business, I don't care if it's Google Places or I'm finding an app. I'm finding bars nearby. And whichever one isn't in like 2 stars, I'm going and hanging out there. That's really what I'm using these apps for, right?
Yeah. Well, Foursquare already has a built-in audience, and so there are certain people who are going to always use Yelp, and there are people who are adamant they're just huge Foursquare users. And they're taking, and if you think about the other apps that you use,
and those are all Bob still on Friendster.
Yeah. So, Bob, do you use Instagram?
Yeah, I just I just started doing it again. I wasn't a big heavy user on Instagram at all.
He follows girls.
I do not.
So what you'll find with Foursquare is that they are the underlying data for lots. Go to bed, Savannah. They are the underlying data for multiple apps. So they have all of this information that allows them to easily compete with Yelp.
Right.
Because you have people who use Yelp are a specific audience. they're going to write a review because either they had a bad experience or they're people that just like writing reviews.
Or they're somebody's brother.
Everything on Yelp is either 5-star or 1-star.
There's no in between.
There's 0 in between.
I kind of had a good time. 3 stars.
Yeah, exactly. My green beans were cold. 1 star. Everything was fantastic. My green beans were cold. 1 star.
1 star.
The waitress didn't fill up my water enough. 2 stars.
All right, believe it or not, we have survived.
Oh, we are.
The first segment, and we'll come back and talk more.
If we weren't on the 4th floor, we'd be underwater right now, but we're good. This is we'll be back segment 2. Hopefully, Mr. Mackey, the voice of reason, will be here. This is the IT and the D show.
Well, how do I not have those
just
guys?
in time for
Okay.
Okay.
This is the IT and the D show. We'll be right back.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D show.
All right, we are back. IT in the D show, episode 54. Detroit is underwater. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek, Billy Strotter here from Social Coup Media, and Joanna that we picked up at the bar. Actually, cool. We were talking on the break. You were one of the bloggers for Awesome Mittens. So we're going to come back to your third segment, and we're going to dive into what you're talking about, what you're doing. And at least you have value to bring. You're not just sitting here drinking our beer. Speaking of which, the beer tonight is brought to us by our good friends at Falling Down Beer Company. They are at 10 and DeQuinder. Old IT guy that I used to work with back in the late 90s said screw it and started a brewery and makes amazing beer and Reuben egg rolls in the place.
I brought Anita there for the very first time. It was
Reuben egg rolls.
Thursday night, we were driving around. I didn't have the kids because they were with her mom. And she was like, hey, you keep talking about this Falling Down place. What do you want to go there? And I'm like, okay, well, but, they only have beer and, Faygo and water. She's like, well, I'm on antibiotics. I can't drink. So let's just go. She's like, I want to try these Reuben egg rolls. Yeah, she's now made it mandatory that any time that I stop in there to get beer, I will be bringing home a to-go order of Reuben egg rolls.
They're that good. So this show is sponsored to you by Logicalis. You can find us online, itandthed.com. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn,
/ hashtag,
schwa, all that good stuff.
Umlaut.
Yeah.
So
do we have an umlaut?
Yeah, we could if we wanted to.
What about Friendster?
Is it still there? I'm gonna go check it out. Dave's talking right now.
Go set up a MySpace profile for IT and the D.
I mean, there is MySpace.
Right.
JT brought it back.
He did. For music, though, that was always what MySpace was good for.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong.
If you're not a 23-year-old girl following a band, get the hell off MySpace. That was always what we said.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we were at a family get-together yesterday, and it hammered home So I like hockey, and that's all I really follow. It's the only sport that I follow. I get dragged to 1 basketball, 1 baseball, 1 football game per year. And I'm at a family get-together yesterday, and it turned into the longest gathering ever because no one could leave until the goddamn baseball game ended.
19 innings.
Because everybody was sitting around watching the goddamn baseball game.
Why did they leave?
Well, once you're 17 innings in, you're kind of invested.
You know what?
And you want to see how it wraps up.
I'll watch SportsCenter in the morning. So I just went on Friendster on my phone. Look what it is. It says Friendster Living the Game Magic Campus. It's like a little kids game. Join CBT and get a chance to win an iPad mini. Go to magiccampus.friendster to play. You have to like it on Facebook to get any farther.
That's
how the mighty have fallen.
Wah, 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 wah.
Exactly.
But yes, I mean honestly, that's one of the reasons why I can't get into baseball. Like any of those sports,
it's not as bad as cricket.
But any of those sports where there's no possibility, it can literally go on forever.
So what you're saying is you want to do like hockey and have like home run derby?
No, I'm not a fan of. No, I was happier with it ending in a tie and being done with it.
Tie.
Why not?
What's that one?
It worked for years and years and years.
Did I send you the football? It was a Jason Sudeikis when he was like an American Texas football coach, and they had him coach soccer. And he's sitting there going, and we're going to win. And they go, well, you can tie. He goes, tie? And he goes, and we're going to make it to the playoffs. He goes, no playoffs. He goes, my job just got a lot easier. It's so true, though. It's like, you can't tie.
Yeah,
4-year-old kids tie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, my God, I mean, they went through every player on the roster. Like, I mean, are there had to have been guys in that game yesterday? I mean, like, granted, I know who Miguel Cabrera is, and I know who, like, Justin Verlander is, but he wasn't pitching. And I know that there's a guy named Jabba
Chamberlain
that pitches for them. But other than that, I got nothing. So I mean, I can't imagine. Like, can you imagine? Like, and then I didn't understand. So the Toronto Blue Jays were wearing red jerseys yesterday. On the Toronto Blue Jays, red jerseys.
I don't know.
Why?
Dude.
You're the sports guy.
I didn't want not when it's Canada sports. I don't care if there's still an MLB they're from Canada. I want nothing to do with it.
I thought baseball was all American.
Their colors were always red, white, and blue, though.
Oh, I thought it was blue and white.
But yeah, but they always had trim. Like, I don't. Next.
I don't know. Weird. The other one that was blowing up all over social media today and all over the news was the whole Tony Stewart NASCAR thing. Yeah, that's exactly the sound his car made apparently right before he hit somebody. So
I'm not one to pass judgment, but if you read the tweets of the people that were there, it looked like he'd done something bad.
Well, and it's one of those things where, like, I get it, and like even if he did, I can't put all the blame on him. Because at one point in time, at what point in time is it rational behavior
to run in a racetrack,
to hop out of your car and then play Frogger on a dirt track where cars are you're a driver, they're out of control, they have like barely a grip on the wheel and know what the hell they're doing.
I mean, kid was 20. So, I'm the last guy in this room, let alone planet, to profess to know anything about racing.
Right.
Because I don't get it.
We're making a left turn.
No, the only racing I ever liked was, remember when before Spike, when it was
racing?
When it was the Nashville Network, and they used to do lawnmower racing and then figure 8 school bus racing. That was fun. I would watch that all day long. Getting a bunch of souped up cars with mechanics and going, no, nothing. I got lawnmower racing. You put a big engine on one of those lawnmower.
That ain't right.
Exactly.
Right.
It was like, did you ever race go-karts like at Butterfly when we were kids and you pull the governor and you get the thing to go like 25 miles an hour?
Right.
That's what I want with it, like on the lawnmower. That's fun. Like sitting in garbage.
Yeah, I just didn't understand it, and there was I think probably most of the backlash that came out of it was when his manager came out. So I mean, that was the race Saturday night, and there was another race on Sunday where there was the whole debate about whether or not he was actually going to race and all that kind of stuff. And his manager came out Sunday morning and basically said, "Yep, today's race is just going to be business as usual." And that's when the backlash started, and that's when I think it all really started to go downhill.
Well, it's interesting that what social media has done in cases like that, where you have like 50 or 60 like witness reports that sat and watched it and reported it as it happened, and you're not
upload their iPhone video.
You're not getting the neutered story from the Speed Week guy who was barely watching in the press box. You're seeing what happened. So the key to this whole thing was they said Stewart gunned his engine and fishtailed his car,
Yeah.
And so like when you think about that, you're like, that guy should be in some trouble. But
but I mean, then you've got again, I'm not a NASCAR driver by any stretch of the imagination. I've gone out and driven NASCAR cars on MIS. I did that once, but. Like, is it, okay, so did he drop it and try to floor it in an effort to avoid the guy? Did he...
Don't know. You heard engine, because I watched it today. You heard, and then the dude flies 20 yards, and everybody's like, holy, Stewart just hit that guy.
And then bad things happen.
in the house. That's about as much racing as I've watched in the last 10 years.
So the fun one that was floating around that is still going on that makes me laugh that I really wanted to get some opinions on is the monkey selfie.
I didn't look too much into it.
The monkey selfie story really makes me laugh.
I saw the picture, but I didn't read the story.
So there's a photographer who basically gave his camera to a monkey, and the monkey took a selfie. And the selfie is a really funny picture of a monkey smiling.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
It's hilarious. So Wikipedia found that picture and put it out in its archive of common domain photos. And the photographer
can't do that. Oh,
the photographer came back and said, "You can't do that. That's my photo."
That's what the story was. Yeah.
Wikipedia came back and said, "It's not your photo. The monkey took the photo. Copyright is assigned to the person who takes the photo. Monkey, not a person. Therefore, no copyright."
Wow. Legal trump card. Go to bed.
It was just interesting.
But does it go to public domain if it's the guy's camera?
It doesn't matter. He's not the one that took the photo.
Wow. See, I don't know anything about copyright laws for pictures, but yeah, that's interesting.
So I mean, I guess just to pull you in here, Billy. I mean, from a social media perspective, I mean, everybody's always, grabbing an image off of Google image search and posting it and doing whatever they do. What if anything might the ripple effect be here?
It's always interesting when you start talking about like photos and copyright, and especially monkeys. Did you choke the monkey? What?
Spank.
Shock the monkey?
Yeah. There was for years we've been having that issue sort of with bloggers going out and just doing a Google search or going to Flickr and grabbing an
The
image.
Detroit cop cars, they did that.
Yeah.
That was an outstanding story.
Yeah, that was a great story. So it's difficult to fight. And for a lot of photographers, it just comes down to they fight it for the principle, and it's not about the money.
Right.
And some of them just don't have the money to fight it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was
Does the monkey have a lawyer?
The monkey's not a person. It can't hold copyright. That's in the law.
But they should create a hashtag.
That's how real movements
monkey rights,
monkey selfie.
Isn't that how real movements happen?
Yeah, that's right. Hashtags.
Collie free.
I'm joking. I don't know. Yeah, monkeys.
Because I think we all know that hashtags solve problems.
They do. If something's broke, you just
create a hashtag and
then things get better,
and then everything will be all great.
Oh, Bob.
I was looking up hashtag monkey selfie.
Nice. So another one I thought was interesting, and this just gets into the whole getting back to Facebook and things that drive me nuts on Facebook. Like I'm sick and tired of I bet you can't name a city in Michigan that doesn't have an A in it. And
Stop.
Of course everybody chimes in because they don't realize that it's a marketing
That's
ploy.
an amazing picture, by the way.
Oh, it's outstanding.
It's got some great chompers.
That's the greatest picture. That's one of the,
How did he get it centered like that?
I have no idea.
He's got better skills at selfies than I do.
How did he...
The monkey knows Photoshop?
The monkey cropped his own photo. How do we show this to people?
I'm going to put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be at facebook.com/IT in the D momentarily.
Or Friendster.
You know what's worse than what you just with the Facebook thing? The quiz, the what blank are you? That needs to go
I told
to
you,
hell and bite my crank.
I'm going to create a link. I'm going to create a page on our site, and that page on our site is going to say nothing more than you're a jerk. and then I'm going to change. I'm going to have a randomly rotating title in the header, so that it'll say things like, what kind of Facebook friend are you? And what kind of are you? And then I'm just going to start posting the link, and then that way everybody that clicks it just gets to know that I don't like them.
Neither you or Bob have taken one of those quizzes.
No.
Ever?
No.
Ever?
No, not one.
I don't need to know what drink I am. I don't need to know
Star Wars character?
what 80s character, what 80s.
You don't even want to know what Star Wars
I don't need to know what
No.
John Hughes character I am.
You
I
don't want to
need
know what your IQ is?
No.
I did the IQ once, but I didn't post. I didn't post results. I just posted the score. I didn't post. I did not share. I did not share the little head thing.
Calling the kettle.
No, those
I'm
quizzes.
a parent. Do as I say, not as I do. 101.
Hey, you know what, Billy? Billy, I want to know what your fake IQ is. I don't want to know that you're Jar Jar Banks.
And I hate Bill Lindholm.
Jar Jar?
Hey, Misa thinking you look stupid. I hate Bill Lindholm. I hate Bill Lindholm for cracking the code on that IQ test. Because you saw he's like,
all right is 134.
Yeah, he's like, go through and get them all wrong, and you get a base score of 120. So it's the base score of 120 plus however many you got right.
My 10-year-old got the 134.
Right.
I got 128.
That's why I said I never claim to be smarter than everybody, just you.
Well, the funny thing is everybody's going, I got 132, I'm smart. And the people that were bragging about it, like, my 10-year-old got a 134.
Yeah, but we've long since said that Gretchen is smarter than any of us, and we're all going to wind up working for her one day.
Yeah,
so
I'm fully prepared. I can't
Oh, there was somebody that commented on one of your photos that was funny. That at least you don't have to worry about her being 5'10" with long legs and gorge. Oh, wait, you're screwed.
Yeah, my neighbor. Yeah, that's all right. 5 more years, then I'm in hell.
Right, then you'll be stocking up on more guns.
Yeah, exactly,
which will be awesome.
No, I got a good collection.
Yeah, you'll have more. I'm sure you will. But so where all that was leading me to is there's yet another virus that's floating around Facebook that is floating around under the guise of, hey, if you click here, you can get the app that you can change the color of Facebook.
It's a red.
Right. And of course everybody is falling for it because people are dumb. And yeah. So yet another basically OSV flash virus that's going nuts through Facebook.
Can the answer to everything just be people? Just people.
PEBCAC
people
error.
Yeah,
exactly.
People
Problem exists between keyboard and chair.
It's no different than going, click this link and it's funny, and you're like, grrr.
If you share this picture, $10,000 will come your way.
I saw another one that's like, likes are $1, shares are $10, you're going to save this kid from cancer. And I'm like, so help me God if I see one.
I do. I want the one doctor to hop on Santa and just to say, you know what? We were going to save the kid's life. We had the surgery. We had the surgical team ready to go. He only got 97 likes.
Yeah. What about the ones where you have the kid holding the sign that says,
"My mom's trying to teach me a lesson."
Oh.
Yeah, because that hasn't been done
Never.
a bajillion times.
Name a CD that don't have the letter E. Everybody's like, it's the same as the IQ test. They want someone I saw a status like, it's amazing how everyone on Facebook is a genius all of a sudden. Like,
right.
What happened to
wasn't
yesterday?
that Rick?
Probably.
Yeah. Good old Vivian.
My 10-year-old scored higher than he did, by the way.
He's a wrestling referee. What do you want?
Yeah, exactly. What?
Apparently, my daughter has not gone to bed yet and has just informed me that the answer to everything cannot be people. So is the answer 42?
According to hitchhikers.
Are corporations people?
According to Congress, yes.
I think that's true.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry. According to the Supreme Court, the answer is yes. Yeah.
Right, because a bunch of 94-year-olds know what the internet is.
Right. Yeah, no, that's the problem with Congress. Yeah, that's the one. So, okay, I guess from a government theme, the other one that people, I don't understand why they're finding it hard to grasp, but they are. So James Brady just died. And
here's a story
of a man named Brady who jumped in front of Ronald Reagan's assassin.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the other Brady.
And, so he took a bullet to the head, back when Reagan, the assassination attempt with John Hinckley Jr., so he just died. What are we? God, 32 years later? 33?
Lots of years.
And his death was ruled a homicide.
Shut up.
Yeah. Because his death could be attributed directly to the bullet in his head.
It's toilet.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. Is it, though? Because John Hinckley has been John Hinckley Jr. has been petitioning for release and has been getting closer to making that happen.
He's still alive?
Oh, yeah. He's been on lockdown ever since that whole fun and excitement happened. And so this is a new set of murder charges that'll be interesting to see if they bring him up on them and how that trial goes. And
judicial system.
The judicial system, yeah. Just because it's logical doesn't mean it's legal and vice versa.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I think
cause and effect.
There's the statute of lim- I don't even want to talk about it because I don't know about
Well, because I mean, it's one of the, it's like well, I mean, the people that I smoked for 30 years and I didn't know that it caused. I'm sorry, what are we switching to now?
it. It was a nice beaver. I think this was Ninja
we
Chicken.
switched over to the Ninja Chicken
I
lifestyle.
gotta finish it.
And yeah, I mean, it's cause and effect. I mean, you can say, okay, bullet in head eventually caused death, but I mean, I get
34
I get that it's a
years
stretch that it's 30 years later, but I mean, it is what it is. And without Brady, there would not be a Brady Bill and all that other fun stuff. So I mean, it's
You can't and you shouldn't. I'm trying to think of a bad analogy just to like try to offset that. I can't think of anything.
I mean, it's hard to come up with a counter argument.
It's kind of like you break a guy's leg, then 30 years later he gets an infection because of the broken leg, and then he dies. Is it your fault?
Yes.
For breaking his leg? And then you got murder charges for breaking his leg.
Well, it's like, so a guy gets, drowned in a bathtub, and then you throw the body off a building, and, somebody shoots the body on its way down, and then it lands and hits the pavement, and somebody stabs the body. Who's responsible for the death? The person that drowned him.
Did that ever happen?
I based on the Godfather movies, I'm assuming so.
It's possible.
Speaking of which, have you finished watching Godfather 2 yet?
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
No, you said you were halfway through it. You made it to intermission.
No, I finished it.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched the last hour of Godfather 3, actually.
I'm sorry, I told you didn't have to.
I know, but I did it just to extra credit for my assignment.
Yeah, no human being should be forced to watch Godfather 3. That was painful.
Bad. 3 was not.
I mean, it was an interesting slap across the face to the Vatican and all that fun stuff, but yeah, no.
Well, because Pacino looked like Pacino in Godfather 3. That was weird.
Right. Well, yeah, he looked like the devil's advocate.
Exactly.
Pacino, and, yeah.
What a great ending. Did I tell you I watched that again?
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah. What a great ending. That's one of the best endings of any movie I've ever seen.
So, and then
except for Flash Gordon.
Of course. One of my favorite topics, Ebola. So they think they found patient zero.
Ebola.
Yeah, so they think they found patient zero, which was a 2-year-old toddler.
Stop.
Who a few weeks ago had all the symptoms and died. And they're saying that's one of the problems with Ebola is funerals are such a communal thing over there, and everybody comes in close contact, and everybody kisses corpses, and everybody does that kind of stuff.
Where was this?
Africa.
Okay.
And so that's how Ebola tends to spread so rapidly. Like, they don't know how the 2-year-old got it.
Stop kissing dead people?
That's a good story.
No, I mean...
The moral of the story there is stop kissing dead people.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, it should be Juliet, sweet Juliet. No kiss on the lips. No,
Exactly.
no.
Ava Maria.
Can you do a fist bump?
Depends on whether or not they're bleeding from their fists. That's always the big question.
Is it so? What's going on with? Like, is it still here?
Oh no, it's still raging, dude, and it's still. The last I heard,
is it expanding? Like, I don't.
Oh yeah,
the media's all quiet about it now. So
no, it's still going strong. WHO, the World Health Organization.
Who?
Who's on first? Issued a basically all no holds barred. This needs to be taken really, really seriously. Kind of lockdown press release. Because it is still growing, and the last I heard this afternoon was there was somebody in Toronto that had shown up.
That's close to home.
Yeah, kind of. Well, there was
it's not bird flu.
No SARS.
Oh
no,
that wasn't the last. What's with Toronto and stuff?
Canada's borders are pretty open.
Is that what it is?
They let anybody in.
Hey, you know what? We are up on a second break.
Oh my God, we are.
Yeah, we're gonna come back and talk to Joanne a little bit about Awesome Mitten and Detroit is underwater. This is the IT and the D Show. We'll be right back.
Well, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. I love to hear the thunder.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
We are back. We are back. Segment 3, episode 54. The IT and the D Show. We're here in the Raw Radio Studios, the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. Show's hosted to you by Mr. Monday Night Papa Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek. Jeff, the voice of reason, didn't make it tonight because Detroit is underwater. So first time in show's history, we're sitting at 3rd Street before getting on the show. Girl's hanging out with us. We're like, want to come in the studio? She's, yeah. Lo and behold, she loves the slow roll, and she's a blogger. She's a perfect fit for the show. And she's got her theme music being played right now. How are you enjoying it?
We're doing okay.
I'm amazed that you knew this song existed.
Because it was made before my time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, people sing it to me all the time.
Oh, it's so bad.
Well, see, so my niece Allison, she's 19. She's back for the summer for after her freshman year out at Central, and it stunned me when I think this was 2-3 years ago, and she was having boy issues because that's what 16, 17-year-old girls do.
Women of all ages,
right?
You mean.
And I said, "What you do?" I'm like, "You wait for a guy that makes you either a playlist or a mix CD or something."
The mixtape phenomenon
with Allison on it.
Elvis Costello.
And then that's the guy. And she had never heard the song before. And I'm like, how? Okay, number one, I'm going to go slap your father across the face. How have you never? And she was like, aw. That's a really great, and I'm like, exactly. I'm like, so
Dave,
when the guy that comes along that's smart enough to put that on a tape for you.
I have a friend named Sarah, and she did about the awful Jefferson Starship, Sarah from Mannequin.
Oh yeah, and how many times has Amanda said, "My God, if I hear that Boston song one more time, I'm going to kill somebody."
Terrible. So you blog for AwesomeMitten.com.
Yes, I do.
So you're not just Detroit. You're tackling the whole state of Michigan. How crazy and novel is that?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I mean, I'm from Traverse City, so
I've
been all over blogging about the state.
IT and the TC. That's our next venture.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? I know a few people.
I'm just kidding.
It doesn't have a very good rate.
No, it won't be.
So obviously, Awesome Mitten. You're tackling the positive, vibey, good stories. I mean, what's going on? What do you guys write about?
Sure.
What do you do?
The easy way of putting it is we write about everything awesome in the mitten. But that can range from a business to an event
to a slow roll.
People doing awesome things, and awesome is really up to you on what you think that means.
Awesome could be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I mean, what's an example of something that's gone out lately?
I don't know. I'm an editor now, so one of my writers does a Michigander selfie series, and she finds people in Michigan that are...
Does she know the monkey?
No. Is the monkey from Michigan?
It could be.
We can fly
There's
up
a
here.
Detroit Zoo that's not in Detroit.
That is true. Yeah, so those exist. We highlight concerts and, I don't know, everything. Most of the things I write is, I don't know, they're about Detroit and how I emotionally feel about Detroit.
Got it. So you actually moved down. We were talking during one of the breaks how I wanted to live down here, and I'm kind of jealous that people are living down here now. Because I'd give anything, right? Obviously, I can't, being established kids and all that, it's kind of hard to pack up now and move downtown. But so what's the vibe like downtown? Are you in Midtown or what part?
And don't let Bob fool you. Bob's neighborhood is more abandoned than damn near any neighborhood in Detroit. So.
Bankrupt builder. Yeah. No, I drove through some crap today getting here, man. Woof.
I go to Wayne State, so
Okay.
I hang out there sometimes. But I also started one of those neighborhood soups. Do you guys know what Detroit soup is?
Yes.
Okay, so I started
like $5 to show up, and then
Yeah, so I started
our buddy that saves the world every weekend.
What is Detroit soup?
You don't know what Detroit soup is?
No.
Okay, so you pay $5 and you go in, you listen to 4 proposals
And you
of
eat soup.
things that people can do to help the city in some way. There's a citywide soup, and then there's neighborhood soups. At the citywide one, they have to talk about citywide issues. People vote, and then whoever wins gets all the money from the pot at the beginning.
So do they do anything, though, or they just get money?
They do things with that money.
Okay.
I don't know, like famous-y things. Like, do you know what Rebel Nell is? They make that jewelry out of graffiti and stuff like that.
He cried more,
With
more,
Rebel
more.
Nell, they cried more, more, more.
I did it first.
You know, there's actually a coffee shop.
Yeah, Always Brewing Detroit.
Yep.
Yep, they also got money from Detroit Soup.
Okay.
Lots of that book, 8 Mile or Belle Isle to 8 Mile. They
Right.
also paid their editors from money from Soup. But on top of the citywide Soup, there's also neighborhood
was that
soups.
Patrick's journey with Jeremiah.
Who knows?
And I started.
Yeah, poor
one-
Jeremiah. Like the first 3 times we had him in here, that's all we wanted to talk about was the bike ride across 8 Mile. And that's all we let them talk about.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
we get like that sometimes.
Well, that's fair.
We're gonna like cut grass, man, and like put in the streetlights. I'm like, you're supposed to.
Yeah, Tom, we're coming for you, Tom.
No, Jeremiah wrote something about how like it's so great that they put streetlights in. I'm like, you can't applaud that. You're supposed to. It just needs to be done without press.
I do. I got to be honest with you. So I actually sent a submission to the guy that does the fake Pure Michigan.
Oh yeah, those are so good.
Oh, they're awesome.
They're great.
So I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to find, just go to downtown Detroit and find like a black guy mowing his yard and take like 5 seconds of video, and then a Mexican guy, and then like a Chinese guy, and then like a random white guy, and whatever. Just get in, and, hey, this is Jefferson, and he mows his yard every day because you're supposed to, and this is Jose, and he mows his yard every week because you're supposed to, but you never hear about them because here's the mower gang. Yeah, white guys that sell sex toys and then come down on the weekend to mow grass, and they wind up
And you
on
get to
CNN.
be on Japanese CNN. What? And on Anthony Bourdain.
You guys are too much.
Come on.
You guys hate everything happy in the world.
No, you're supposed.
You're supposed to cut grass.
You're
supposed to have light.
If you, it's kind of like
I raised my kid. You're supposed to.
It's kind of like the athlete, or it's kind of like the famous person that writes a check to a charity and keeps his mouth shut, versus the guy that does it with a parade. Right? That's the way we say.
I see your
Cut your
point.
grass and your parade. Okay, like it's cool that you're helping, but do you really need a parade behind you to like? You're so awesome, man. Like, do you need the affirmation?
I need a parade behind me after I mow my lawn.
I want a parade.
I
want
really like the
clowns
word
and
awesome.
balloons. And
You know what?
people
Next time
singing.
I mow our yard, I'm going to have my children march behind me with streamers and
You're gonna
and possibly one with a camcorder.
Just post it. We should post every time we do something like normal, like I'm doing the laundry at my
I
house.
changed the light bulb. Dun, dun, dun!
You just have them walk behind me and go, Hercules, Hercules.
Yeah, exactly.
Have and then fade in the margin.
Suburban man from Auburn Hills washes his car. Like,
Yeah, you want to impress me? Have guys from Detroit come mow my yard out in the suburbs. That's the. There's a story that needs to happen.
Angry IT.
no.
Welcome to the D in IT and the D.
Billy, we are the bringers of truth. We are the voices of reason.
It's just because you're sad that you don't live in Detroit.
No, maybe
On some level, a
no,
little
but you know
bit.
what? Though we don't. There's no parades in Auburn Hills for like cutting your neighbor's grass.
Well, you know, I don't think they need parades.
Exactly. So, what are some other good stories going on in Awesome Mitten?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
And I'll be honest, I'm not from here. Like I've been out
Like
here.
from the state?
No, I moved out here in March of '96, and the whole like hand mitten thing, I don't get. Like I see the hand, I get the hand, but I don't like. I can't. I don't.
Do you not know where you fit? There?
No, I don't know where I
think that's
am
a
on the hand.
problem with you, and not the idea of the hand.
Yep.
But it's because it's like Euchre and Sweetest Day that do not exist outside the state of Michigan.
Okay, but Euchre's a real thing.
Devil's Night.
Not outside of Michigan.
But it's still a real thing.
No, Devil's Night doesn't exist outside of Detroit.
Right. Point taken. Point taken.
Well, except for the Crow.
Right.
Would you like me to explain where you exist on the mitten?
Sure.
I'm confused.
No, go for it.
You're right here.
That doesn't make sense.
What is that?
You're
Why
right.
is your hand backwards?
Is it this
and
one?
it
Oh.
looks
Yeah.
and sweaty
Careful,
Sorry.
careful.
because it's raining.
I'm holding,
Sweaty.
I'm holding onto a beer.
Okay, so back to Awesome Mitten. Sorry.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. What would you like to know?
Just so other like what other good stories should we be paying attention to that we're not? I mean, that's one of the things we are always harping on. We would love to find more cool guests to come in and talk about stuff that they're doing, you know, that are
Sure.
helping improve things and make things better.
Sure.
We've built this stupid platform that people listen to. We would like to use it for good.
You know, actually, when you ask about Awesome Mitten, I think about there's one guy that I follow that I believe he just started writing for Awesome Mitten. He goes to coffee shops, like that's his thing. He goes around,
Yep.
and is it Aaron Cruz?
Aaron Cruz, yep, he's one of my writers. He's pretty awesome.
He goes around and every day he's at a different coffee shop. He's taking pictures. He's introducing people to different coffee shops via Instagram. And now what he does is he just did a trip along the east side of Michigan, just along the coast, just helping people discover little small towns along.
Yeah, so it's called the Sunrise Coast. So that he did one story last month, and then upcoming this month will be his second part to that.
Okay.
So he takes pictures and he finds the cities that we don't often travel to, because everyone loves Traverse City and the northern Michigan of the west side.
Right.
But not very many people spend a whole lot of time on the east side. So he's been working to make that more apparent.
Billy, have you ever been to Harbor Beach?
Where's Harbor Beach?
On the thumb on this side.
Yep, I have.
So
Dude,
we had
I can't understand because you're using the wrong
It's backwards
hand.
from there.
Thank you. Yes, I have been to Harbor Beach.
For me, it looks right.
Yeah, of course. Everything looks right backwards to you, Bob.
So no, our family used to have the house since I was 5 years old. We had a house on the water in Harbor Beach. So like I was real familiar with going to. Ooh, you forgot to say that. But we used to always go to Port Austin, Port Hope.
Slow clap. There you go.
Caseville.
Can I ask a real question?
No, you could ask a fake one.
Do you call going to the thumb up north?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
We're going. No,
Okay, even I know that.
hang on. My family's all German immigrants. We're going up north. It's everyone. Hey, we're gonna go up north this weekend. So yeah, it was NORT. Yeah, that's what we did.
Okay, well, it's the thumb. It's
Right.
not up north.
No, we're going up north.
Nope.
Always.
Because
Do not ruin my childhood.
even
It's always up
understand.
north.
Wouldn't
Why is
part
the
of
thumb?
up north be UP?
No, we're going north. We're going 2 hours north. It's north, up
So-
north.
Can
Okay,
you
so
please explain
when you
why that's
leave
not
here
north?
and drive to Auburn Hills, are you heading up north?
Exactly. That is north. That's the same
No, it's
thing.
still in the burbs.
But why is it not considered up north?
I don't
Why is
know.
the thumb not up north?
Because people don't understand that the line goes from Bay City to like Muskegon, and if
Apparently, the
anything
line is
above
it's across the
there-
knuckles.
There's an
Yes.
imaginary
You
line.
have to get above the knuckles.
It's like that east side west
and then
side
you're
thing.
up
Is it
north.
75? Is it Woodward?
so
is
dirty.
it?
It's so filthy.
Oh, don't even get me started on what she was doing to her phone earlier.
We were in Lexington. So you know.
Yeah, it's
if
on the
you-
way.
Yeah. So we were.
Oh,
in
that's the
Lexington
best
for-
ice cream joint, dude. The custard place in Lexington.
Yeah,
My god,
I don't even understand. Really?
that's the only thing in Lexington is there's a frozen custard place.
No, there's more.
And they used to
than
have a
that.
solid concrete ice cream cone, and a roof storm knocked it off and went through the roof. Those are the big stories that go on in Harbor Beach, man. And then the guys, there was a purple farmer's market across the street from the house, and the guy used to spray hairspray on the cans because everything was out of date. But like he would spray like hairspray and rub it off, and you could tell that there was like smear of ink. And, like everything in there was like at least 30 or 40 years past its date. I remember seeing Light Cola.
Going to Mr. Steve's?
No, it was worse. There was like we saw
No, let me see that bottle.
There was like remember Light Cola?
Yeah.
I think like in '96 or something.
Yeah.
We were like 24. We went up there. There was a 2 liter of Like in the
and a 6-pack of Tab.
Yeah, exactly. The pull tab beers. Yeah, I wouldn't change. Yeah, it was good times.
Ay. No, but I mean it's good to know.
But no one
there's
goes to
folks
the no one goes to the thumb anymore though, and I think that you should. If he wrote the story, I want to see it because more people need
There
to
need
know
to
about.
be more people need to know about the thumb. Lexington, which is only it's an hour and 15 minutes.
If
it's,
that,
it's
yeah.
20 minutes north of Port Huron, if that.
Okay.
And it's gorgeous,
Would
beautiful
you
area.
Would you like to write a story?
I've
about
never
the thumb?
explored that way.
You know what? Honestly, we'll get the families together. There's some people from high school. I just
We're
want
not going to take like a big gay boat ride trip.
No, not just me and you. No, we bring. But they rented like a couple cabins that are like right on the water. And,
Okay.
like it looked so nice, and yeah, just brought back good memories.
All right,
yeah, it's
but
nice
I'm
up
in.
there though. I want to buy the old house that my parents and uncle had. That was this phenomenal house.
Yeah, see, apparently there's like a family house in like West Branch.
But we had to cut our own grass, though. We didn't have people flying in from the suburbs to do it for us, so that was just.
And you didn't get on CNN for
No,
cutting your grass?
exactly.
Was there a local guy that cut your grass?
No, we had to do it.
And delivered wood.
Right.
Bob's all about getting wood delivered.
Do you like,
You get your wood delivered?
No.
Are you sure?
Gas fireplace.
Well, how much? I mean, are you conservative with the wood, or do you like a lot of wood?
In what regard? Gas fireplace, man.
We actually had a raging debate about that at the neighbor's house. We
A
were
raging what?
Debate.
Raging debate.
We were, and it was
About wood.
Just the whole because one of the ladies that was there, we were hanging out with the neighbors.
Had
We
a
were sitting
rager.
around drinking,
Hollow wood.
Pulsating.
right, throbbing fire, and we were. And she was saying how she wanted a gas fireplace, like a gas fire pit for her backyard, and I'm like, you need to leave now because there's like a gas fire pit in a no
In your backyard?
right?
Yeah.
Like no.
What, you,
That's the same face I made.
But like
I'm
the one from
no.
Red Ox. Why? Red Ox one is nice. Why can't you have a Red Ox?
Because that's a restaurant. That is what it is. It's not your house, your yard. You burn
you
wood.
can put some logs on a fire? Like,
Right.
I don't understand.
You have to have wood.
The song
Yes.
leading into this
Yes,
episode is
you
knock,
do.
knock, knock on wood. See,
Right.
it's bad
It's like
segment.
thunder. It's lightning. Hey, dude, I put some thought into the stupid segues or the stupid music breaks that we're going to put in here tonight.
See, he thinks. He thinks.
I'm so amazed.
I know, right?
I know. I hide it well.
That is true.
So what? So okay. So how does one find Awesome Mitten? How does one get in touch with Awesome Mitten? Where are you guys located? Web, Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of fun stuff. What should people be looking for?
Web is awesomemitten.com.
Okay.
Twitter is at awesomemitten.
Okay.
And Facebook is Facebook/awesomemitten.
They got all of them.
What a
We
what a
also
great
have
idea!
an
I know.
Instagram. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, we're open to feedback. We like contributors. Right now we have probably
we could contribute.
you might be able to.
We write more blogs than we ever know what to do with.
Oh my god! Yeah.
We have like 40 contributors from across the state right now, and we just manage them. And yeah,
How did
it's
you go
working
about
out.
doing that? We got nobody writes crap for us except for me and you.
Well, it didn't work out.
Well, we did,
quite
but then they
as-
all got other jobs and moved away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
One of them is in
people like
Afghanistan,
us, even
and
though
one
they
took a
move
job with
away.
SAP.
Point taken. They all wanted to be ghostwriters, though. They didn't want to put their name on it.
I know, cowards.
Why didn't they want to put their name on it?
Don't know.
Because they were honest.
That's great.
And they were afraid of being honest.
But they don't mind us putting our name on it, right?
Yeah, but that's the great thing about you guys is that you've always been true to yourselves,
right?
And that is what people gravitate to. Like, what are you going to do? What does Ghostwriter do? I don't know.
Yeah,
What's up,
exactly.
Casper?
It's published by Dave, but it's not Dave.
Did you see the thing he wrote about how not to suck at interviewing people?
Oh, I did.
It went viral on LinkedIn.
What I learned by going
Like,
viral on LinkedIn.
Can you go viral on LinkedIn?
He posted it.
Oh, no, dude, it went retarded. Like, it didn't go viral. It went
what-
retarded. on
ludicrous
LinkedIn.
speed. It went beyond ludicrous speed.
It had over, over 2,000 shares on LinkedIn.
It had 50 or 60,000 views. It had, I think, 300 comments.
Oh, my.
It exploded. It was ridiculous.
Seriously. So
like, it
you
struck a
could-
nerve.
And when I asked you earlier, hey, do you think you could contribute to talking to people about being who you are and being real to yourself? And you're like, I don't think I really have anything to contribute.
No. Let's I'm gonna take a step back there because what you asked me is, do you think like maybe you or like Bob would have like something that you could talk about with the Social Media
That
Club
is a
Detroit
spot-on
guys?
impression, too.
And I'm sorry.
That
do
is
you
how you
think
sound.
that you or Bob could have something you could contribute?
Thank you.
We're getting a phone call tomorrow.
The views and opinions expressed on the IT and the D show do not necessarily reflect those of the sponsors, advertisers, or anybody else. No, so and I said no because I'm like, dude, I said no, but then I'm like, well, yeah, we could always have the talk about, be true to yourself, and this is who we are, and this is how. Because no, we don't know how this happened, and we don't know why we have 5,000 members on LinkedIn. We don't know why we have 7,000 likes on Facebook. We don't know why we get 90,000 people listening to it.
We got brought on WGR going, how did you guys do this? We're like, we don't know.
Oh, yeah, the guys.
But you do know. You're authentic.
But we don't.
You do.
We don't.
No,
we don't.
Because
you act like this.
No,
so
here's the best
like
part.
it.
The guys on WJR were like, hey, we're thinking about doing a podcast, and we'd kind of like to pick your brain about, do's and don'ts and tips and tricks and what you can do and what you shouldn't do. And we're like, wow, I hate to burst that bubble before we even hop on the air, but, dude, we don't know.
We did no. You know how we did? We jumped in. And we did 10 episodes of this, and we would listen and go, God, that sucked. And
no, not that.
And we didn't do that again.
No,
that was
not that.
That was funny. Let's do more of that. Oh my God, we totally fell on our face. No more of that. So it was all about.
So you do know. That's exactly what you did. You went
only in our heads though.
Because it's what makes sense to us, because our whole thing is we are totally about, we're not afraid to experiment and fail. And you can't be. I mean, that's part of the fun. I mean, you have to be willing to just totally fall on your lace the skates up, get out on the ice, and be okay with falling on your ass and just owning it and moving on.
Absolutely.
But that's the story, though.
Yeah,
that is the story. Is that you're not afraid to fail,
but we don't
experiment.
We never look at it that way.
Well, no, I read
why does anybody? Dude,
I was reading something.
The event Thursday. Why does anybody want to listen to us?
No, I read
you.
I wish I remembered which article I read today, but that was the biggest thing was the one of the keys of success and entrepreneurship and all that is not being afraid to fail.
Oh, was that Terry's article?
No. And too many people. And too many people are they want to go in and have this thing absolutely perfect. And you look at even going to the Donald Trumps of the world and the Mark Cubans, those guys.
Yeah, he's gone bankrupt 3 times
at least,
or more.
Everyone that's ever made it's gone bankrupt a couple times.
All right, how much time do we have, Bob?
We got
all the time in the world.
There's nobody else here tonight. We're here until we leave, or until she gets scared and runs away.
Right. All right. So,
which is probably one more shot.
So it's interesting that Bob brings up the idea of entrepreneurship, but I was giving that some thought the other day, just thinking about. So I've been on my own now for 14 years,
right?
And I thought about.
So now I know your daughter is your wife listening, because she might take exception to that.
You do,
All right. So
you do your own laundry.
So we have been doing this for 14 years, and the idea is that there have been different iterations of businesses, but each time it's never been about. You know what? I don't know what the right time is to do this.
There is no right time, ever.
You're absolutely right. So you just do it, and you figure out along the way.
Yep.
But there
that didn't work.
Yeah,
Next.
There's going to be failure. But if you're constantly consumed by the fear of failing, then you're never going to move forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the other day I was listening to a talk where the guy that was talking, obviously, was saying that he doesn't like calling it failure. He just calls it am I allowed to swear?
Absolutely.
Happy
he calls
mistakes.
it a up.
Yeah.
And then just keeps moving on. Because failure is in the retrospect.
Right. And you're allowed. So the whole shtick is, my whole thing is, it's only a mistake if you do it twice.
Right.
The first one you're allowed to call a learning experience.
Or a up.
Right.
And then
I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Bob Ross. Happy
little trees with the yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, you have to. I mean, there was one of an owner of a company, a fairly decent sized company, came up to me at one of our events at Blackfin and said, "Hey, I want you to come in and talk to my recruiters and my salespeople, because you guys are social media experts, and I want you to teach them." That's
gurus.
That's exactly the same. I swear to God, I broke out laughing. I almost spit my beer all over him. And he's like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "Dude, no. Number one, don't ever call us experts in anything. But number two, I'm like, the only thing we've done is that we've tried and we've failed and we've adapted based on what works for us. And what works for us might not work for you."
Truth.
Yeah, it's you can't. you can't look at the blueprint of Facebook to build the next Facebook. You can't look at the blueprint of, a GM to build the next car company. You look at Tesla, who's completely, basically challenging the model of dealerships and all that other kind of stuff. You can't be what was in order to be what will be.
Right.
You got that out without a stutter. I'm proud of you.
That was really good.
No, it's truth. In business
Dude,
plans,
the shit that matters, it's reflex. You know that.
And that didn't come out of a business plan.
No, because we don't have one.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's why I don't read anybody saying keys to entrepreneurship. Ugh. There's no key.
Note
just,
to self.
Just do it.
That's right. The two things that every entrepreneur should have: Dave and Bob. Just to sit back and go, no, screw you. Knock that shit off.
Voice the reason. No, Jeff. No, it's us. Hey, we're up on a break. This is a fun conversation. We're having a good time. This is the IT and the D Show. We'll be right back.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
Thank you, Dave, for the topical music to accompany our breaks.
We need one more break because I have two more songs, so we're going to have to just keep talking for a while. This
is segment 4, episode 54. The IT and the D Show. We're sitting here in the Robert Davick Studios in the Russell Industrial Center in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy. Here with Dave the Geek, Billy Strotter, Joanna from Awesome Mitten. And the beers are flowing from Falling Down. We're sponsored to you officially from Logicalis. And we're having a good time.
It's weird. We have sponsors. It's not just me, right? Like, that's weird.
Yeah. No, it's good, though. It's great, actually. We can't ignore it anymore. We got to the point where it wasn't forced.
No.
It came natural, just the way we do it. If we would have forced it, or if it would have been unnatural, it wouldn't have been right. But it's right. It's good. I feel great.
Other than the gout.
Shut your mouth. Saw Motley Crue this weekend.
See, and so laughably, Anita pulled me aside, and she was like, "Hey, are you why did you not want to go to Motley Crue? Did you It seems like a lot of people are there." And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw them twice in the '80s. That's how I'd like to remember them. Thanks."
Mick Mars looked like he was being held up by puppet strings.
Well, apparently
man.
Vince Neil looked like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, or
he's looked like that for 10 years.
Or Sam Kinison.
What I didn't get was Nikki Sixx was great. He's probably on HGH. He looks like he's
another robot, right?
Yeah. Tommy Lee didn't say a word. You'd think he'd be like the eccentric.
Well, he's got to be dying from whatever he got from Pamela Anderson.
Yeah. But Mick Mars, so it's crazy. I looked up their ages on Wikipedia.
Right.
Mick Mars is 62.
Yeah.
All the guys are 51, 54.
Well, and that's why this is the Death Pack tour. They're not touring again.
But he wailed on the guitar. He was good. But he didn't move. He stood.
The Hall of Presidents.
He stood there. Yeah, exactly. It was like me at a soccer game. I'm standing right here. If you want to pass it to him, this is where I'm going to be. But it was a great show, though. No, I was happy. They we were 17th row center, and they had a platform where the soundboard guy is usually
right.
5 rows behind us, and they elevated the stage, did Home Sweet Home. The worst part is I took a video of it, and my drunk butt was singing, so it completely destroyed the video.
Nice.
My wife was like,
"You didn't record, girl. Don't go away, mad. Just go away."
I did. But she's like, "Is that you singing?" God, it just shook her head, destroyed this.
Why would you? Right.
Just keep your mouth shut.
It's not that hard. Just stay quiet for 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
It's not happening. So, just to recap real quick, itandthed.com. We got events coming up August 19th.
21st.
21st? What's the 19th? Oh, that's September 19th.
Yeah, September 18th.
I'm a mess.
Matt, drink.
Just go to the site.
Yeah. So, and for those that don't know, I mean, I guess that's a good thing to talk about that we haven't yacked it yet. So when we relaunched in March with everything, we launched under the pillars of Read, Meet, Listen, and that was the blog, our events, and this podcast, and everything. That was everything that we did at the time. We have just recently launched 2 new tabs, Learn and Work. Learn is we've gone out and just from either personal experience or recommendations, we've compiled a list of basically anywhere and everywhere that you can go online that's fairly reputable or in person to go and take a class, to learn, whether it's how to program a specific language or, get a certification. And that's one of the things that we've really tried to do is break out not just that this is where you can go, but here's the net effect to your career. Because one of the things that we've heard is, okay, so I go to this class and that's great, or I go to this 3 or 4 week program and that's great, but then I walk out and I have a certificate that nobody understands what the hell it means. So we've tried to consolidate everything under the Learn tab for what it is, what it does, what they teach you. And what, if any, net impact you should expect to have on your career. And then Work, we just launched, and I'm stunned. We actually have quite a few job postings out there already. We get it. The LinkedIn job posting format sucks. Indeed.com, they try, but they suck. They're not locally focused. And so, like everything that we've done over the course of the 13 years we've been doing this now, we're not going for perfect. We're just going for suck less. And so we've launched,
which is perfect in my opinion.
Right. So I mean, we've launched a job board. I mean, if you're an employer, a recruiter, you can hop onto our site at itandthed.com. You can hit the Work tab. You can
and we're not charging you $300 like LinkedIn.
Nope. And you get some decent exposure. I mean,
the site's getting 500,000 page views a month right now.
Well, and here's the funny part that I just learned because I had to pay attention to it because it was showing up on our Facebook page. I had to edit that. When you post a job on our job board, it goes out through our Twitter feed. It goes out, onto our Google Plus profile, and it goes out to
nobody
our
looks at Google Plus anyway.
Well, no, it's the gym membership. Everybody rushes to sign up, and then nobody goes. But no, so I mean, it's some good exposure, and I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's it's us trying to. We're always asking ourselves what's next, and this seemed to be what's next.
And it's free right now, which is even better.
Yeah,
the job board. I mean, no, because LinkedIn's $300 to post a job.
Or
That's
Indeed,
not cheap.
or Dice, or any of the other ones. They're going to charge you to pay to play. We've got a.
I still can't believe it. At Dice's job fairs, they charge $6,000 to get a table. That's insane for one event. It blows my mind that
we're doing it wrong.
You know what? No, we're not. No, we're not. You know what? Here's the thing. They have offices and overhead and sales guys and administrators and coordinators, and we don't. So, I mean, they have this crazy overhead, but it's to pay $6,000 for a job fair table. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a good segue to our next event, or the next big event, is the Pink Slip Party on 9/18. At the Majestic. Our sponsor kit is out there. It tells you basically...
We've still got like 3 tables. I think 3 tables left.
Yep. Everything that we are, where we are, what we do, how we do it, what all the different reaches are, and basically what the net benefit is to you. So we've tried to make it easy for you to explain to your company why you need to be a part of our event.
Last, 700 people looking for jobs?
Yeah.
All highly qualified IT people. So I mean,
well, and that's that.
Again, we do a real. The one thing we do, if I say we work hard at anything, it's the only thing is policing to make sure that our crowd's
it's keeping
standard.
Out the people that suck.
Yeah, you let me in.
Right. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to talk about that.
He's around IT. He's social media.
He's a ninja. Yeah, no, we have to let ninjas in.
Right. Even if he does piss off Mr. Steve.
So last night, I'm hanging out. Sorry. And I just walk out of my office, and I start doing this, have you ever watched the old... What? All right. Have you ever watched the old Kung Fu movies?
Absolutely.
Where someone, it's... Hey! Yes. So the mouth is moving. The words don't match.
Fight me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I walk out and I've got this thing and I'm doing the whole karate thing. My daughter looks
Nunchucks
at
with
me.
2 pencils and a paper
She's
clip.
like, what are you doing? It was whatever I could find. It was a cardboard round thing.
Right.
And I dropped it and she's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, no.
I'm
What
a
you
social media ninja.
Which we've gathered from her text.
Yes.
That's her general
Right.
consensus of you, yeah.
So I bring her in and I explain to her, I'm like, this is like the guru? Really? No. I just explain to her, I'm like, this is classic. This is amazing. She's like, this is stupid. It was just like 5 ninjas fighting.
See, you might be going about it wrong, because like my proudest parent moment so far is, so my 7-year-old daughter is addicted to Gem and the Holograms.
Ooh.
Wow.
My 4-year-old son is addicted to old school Transformers. Doesn't like the movies, doesn't like the new cartoons, wants the old school Autobots transform and roll out.
Well done.
He might have you beat.
I may have done it wrong. Was it the cardboard thing that probably killed it?
No, because maybe it's, you know what, that might be the Jen side of the DNA, and you should probably talk to her about that.
Or was it the sound effects?
No, because they should be into that.
Yeah.
That should draw their attention in.
Of course.
Yeah.
Bob has nothing.
Because so here's what probably, like, hands down, one of the best nights I've had with my kids is when I showed up at home after one of our events and they were still awake, and I was a little buzzed. Go figure.
How does that happen?
I know. And so I grabbed pillows off the couch. Pillows off the couch. No, I grabbed a couple pillows off the couch and started having a pillow fight with the kids. But did the whole like ninja like, and they still talk about that night. Like, it's been probably 4 months. Like, that was the dad. Let's do that again. They should get that.
Yeah.
Kids, you need to bring Dad home a bottle of Jameson's, then he'll do it.
Have mommy run out to the liquor store.
Exactly.
So, all right. Now my question is: they've remade every movie under the sun.
I'm still reeling from they remade Footloose. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, there was no need.
No.
Why?
Did you ever see the South Park episode where they turn on the radio and all they hear is like...
Oh, that's
was
the
like,
greatest episode.
Yeah. That's Footloose.
When Stan starts to grow up.
Exactly.
with Steamy Ray Vaughan.
Exactly.
Are we going to get a Thundercats movie?
No.
What?
Oh.
There's a Gem in the Holograms movie.
Yeah, I'm sure that Thundercats are to follow.
So here's the, and we talked about this a little bit earlier. So
Bob, don't.
I want another He-Man movie.
Oh, because Dolph Lundgren isn't dead enough.
Exactly.
So daughter, 7, and great conversation. So I made the mistake of telling her that they were making a Gem and the Holograms movie, and she loves the cartoon. And so she looks at me. She's like, "Okay, well, can we go see it this weekend?" I'm like, "Oh no, sweetie. They're just making it. It's like 6 months, 8 months out. It's
done.
a year,
Yeah.
Whatever." Looks at, and she's like, "Oh shit."
Oh.
At 7, I look at her and I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Holy, crap." And I go, "No, try again." She said, "Holy mackerel." Is mackerel a bad word, Dad? I'm like, "No, you're good with mackerel. Stick with that one." But yeah.
It's a scene from Christmas Vacation.
Right.
He's going to shit bricks. You shouldn't really say that. Shit rocks.
But yeah, I mean, it's I do. I am content. I love the fact that I'm getting my kids completely hooked into the whole 80s mentality, because yeah, I mean they are. I mean that is what they are going to be making now, and that's part of the backlash that's going on with, like, you know. So
could you imagine if the 80s all they made was 50s remakes? That would have spent a decade of suck.
Okay, there would be no E.T.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's going on right now. Is they're doing nothing but 80s
Teenage
remakes.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It looks like just
crushed at the box office.
Go Ninja, go!
And everybody's
Ninja,
like,
go.
"What
Go
in the
Ninja,
ever
go
living
Ninja,
hell?"
go.
I want.
That movie looks like such a big bag of toilet.
Go, Denver, go. Yeah, dog.
The song's toilet, the movie's toilet. What? The whole premise is dumb. Why do they like pizza? Why do they like pizza? Because they wanted to sell sponsorship. Garbage. Such garbage. Give me Mad Max or give me death. That's all I want.
Well, see, and I know that's where he was going with this.
Yes.
There's the new, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and he asked me about it, the new Mad Max trailer. That's the first
that I'm marking out so hard for that.
Like, Bob, nobody understands what marking out means. Nobody.
Yeah, they do.
Like I do, which leads to an F you Bob moment, but nobody understands what that means. But no, so, like it's the first reboot / remake that's coming along that I'm not going to lie, I don't want to kill somebody over.
I saw the new all the new Transformers movies are toilet, all of them. They're not even remotely.
I don't even understand what's going on. I just see a bunch of things moving and transforming.
It's Michael Bay.
Yeah, but if you're talking about like reboots, I have to admit that I was all about the reboot of Batman.
Yep.
I thought they did a phenomenal
The Christian
job with
Bale,
Yeah.
that was compared to the Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer.
The dumb ones are doing. No, the dumb ones are doing. The dumb ones are doing like Spider-Man, and then like the same movie 4 years later. The Hulk, the same movie 4 years later.
We
Like,
talked
oops,
about.
oops, we cast the wrong guy. Let's try that
Right.
again. Yeah.
Then they're doing it again with the Hulk. It's like stop.
Well, and that's the thing that Dave talked about. We actually talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
Dave's like, just let it bake for a little bit.
Yep.
Let it just settle. There were like 50 years or 60 years before they were remaking films to the point that where you had no idea what it was you had no idea there was another movie.
Right.
Now they're like, all right, we just made a movie 12 months ago, didn't really dig it. Let's make another one.
So I wonder if
let's try that again. Oops.
I wonder if my mother was angry like when Flash Gordon came out in '80 because she grew up watching going to the theater,
TV series,
watching
the
like
movie
from the
serials,
30s,
yeah.
And like because that's the thing. Like I'd kill for someone to put out a good Flash Gordon movie. It would kill.
No.
Well, we had this. Apparently,
You
they are
can't-
working on it.
No,
they are.
Perfection.
Someone bought the rights.
Except for the new RoboCop is probably the worst movie I have ever seen in my life. It's worse than RoboCop 3. There
was a RoboCop 3?
Yeah. And there was a series on Channel 20.
there was a Godfather 3? Yeah, exactly.
And there was a RoboCop series on Channel 20.
Was it a cartoon?
No, they're playing them on Encore right now.
See, the thing is if you make it into a
They're
cartoon,
so bad,
you can
dude.
kind of get away with it.
It's not Peter Weller either. It's so bad.
That's atrocious.
Because I texted Tad, I go, "Was this? Do you remember this? It was like from '99, 2000." He goes, "Yeah, dude. They played them on Channel 20, like late night." I'm like, "Yeah, it was so bad."
I got nothing, man.
But I mean, like, what's next? Like, I mean, is it going to be? Are we going to be remaking Pretty in Pink? Are we going to redo The Breakfast Club?
No,
are we
they
gonna
already
redo?
did.
They can't do that. They'll ruin my life.
They are. Didn't they just do like? Yeah, they did Can't Buy Me Love. They just redid.
They did.
Sons of. I'm getting angry.
You can't improve on that. the
They just
original.
did Can't Buy Me Love. No, they just did.
I know. With Nick Cannon.
Stop. See, no. Here's a problem. Is no, Hollywood isn't pitching movies anymore. They're pitching what movies was with something else. Like, I'm going to give you The Pretty in Pink and The Breakfast Club and Can't Buy Me Love, and we're going to make a movie.
I'm going to give you Ghostbusters, but with an all-female cast. Have you heard that one?
No.
Yeah.
What about the Ryan Reynolds crap with R.I.P.D.? It was like Men in Black, but like you died. Like what?
Yeah, wasn't that the Bill Cosby ghost?
That was the worst.
Dad. Yeah.
I don't know why these meat sticks are so big, but I must tell you.
Isolate that.
That's when you have two meat sticks that are this.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's not the same without the music.
Gonna make them an offer they can't refuse. But no, I mean eventually, are they gonna redo The Godfather? Are they gonna
they're gonna redo everything.
It's
just the way it is.
Is there any original storylines out there?
No.
Yeah, they're all those indie crap movies that nobody wants to see. And they
There's an
are
original. Yeah.
No.
Some
Have you
of
not
those
ever seen
people watch.
Thor?
It's only at Sundance. It's like all the artsy fartsy Boulder, Colorado crowd.
We're at the Royal Oak Art House
Yeah,
Theater.
exactly. Royal Oak,
one
Maine.
showing only. Battles, bouts, and brawls.
That's the only thing that's coming out original. There's, but then again, there's certain movies I see like later that come on like Encore, like.
Your Netflix account.
No, there's a movie on HBO.
You don't want to see Bob's Netflix
I
account.
don't,
I assure you.
actually. I really, really don't.
It's all wrestling and like Revenge of the Nerds, raunchy,
And women from outer space.
And there's
prison.
There's a movie that came out that's on. I said it was on because I didn't stop turning the channel. It's called Coffee Town. It's on HBO right now, and it's hilarious. And I'm like, this would have been. I would have actually. I don't know if I went to the theater for it, but it's.
You wouldn't have.
No. But it's.
I hate movie theaters. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, do you go to the movie theater?
With the kids, yeah.
The last movie. The last movie I saw in a theater, Will Smith, I Am Legend.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, but that was a good movie. I mean, it's a great movie.
Stop talking.
I don't hate movie theaters. I hate people.
He hates
in
popcorn.
movie theaters.
He doesn't like popcorn.
No, I hate the annoying 10 to 12-year-olds that are constantly there.
What about the 10 to 12-year-olds you bring with you?
I don't.
7.
No.
I saw Man of Steel as the last movie in the theater I went and saw. It was good.
I saw that Budapest movie, the Wes Anderson film.
Oh, that's such a DVD movie.
Well, the person that I was with fell asleep.
Do you know what movie you'd have to?
Well.
That's an awesome date.
Yeah.
I see the. What's with the
It was really awesome.
the Indian restaurant movie? The Indian restaurant movie that's coming out. You couldn't like a wheelbarrow, a jar of ether, and a roll of duct tape couldn't get me in that theater for that. I swear to God, that looks like the biggest steaming
An Indian restaurant movie.
Yeah, did you see the previous
No.
one? It looks like the biggest steaming pile of crap. They play it every 5 minutes on ESPN. It's like a French guy opens a restaurant, and then like Indian people open a restaurant across the street. They like fight.
Is this the setup for a joke?
No.
A French guy, an Italian guy, and an Indian guy open up restaurants next door to each other.
It looks like the biggest steaming pile of.
Can someone explain to me though?
It's like the Indian Jeopardy movie. Dude.
No.
Well, let's make a restaurant one with the same people.
It's Slumdog Millionaire, but with rednecks
and restaurants
and ninjas
and wrestling.
You know, the last
This segment
movie
sucks.
It is. There's nothing good about this segment, but I just want to point out.
we're way
That was
over.
really rude.
What?
There's
No, there's nothing
nothing
rude
good
about
about
it.
this segment.
Well,
I said
mean,
it's my show. I can say what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
You can.
So
You can.
the last time I went to a movie, there was a couple sitting next to us, and it was an Imagine theater.
Well, I'll tell you what. So, do we want to just call a reset on this segment?
Can we?
Let's do that.
Why don't we?
No.
There's good
we're
stuff.
rolling.
No, we're not erasing. We're just taking a break. We'll come back and we'll try that again.
And we'll try it again. Why not?
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
But that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red.
What a stupid wiener song that is. It's one of the worst songs I think ever was made. We actually went on Facebook and we found out all the highways getting out of here. We're not getting out of here anytime soon. So we figured we just hit the record button and keep going. This is segment 5, episode
Welcome to the
54.
Never-Ending Show.
Yeah,
I can hit this.
We'll be here till 3 in the morning.
Yes. I just want to be a weekend loving.
You know what? Do you ever hear the story when he was Prince and Weird Al were supposedly sitting in the same row in some award show, and Weird Al gets a letter from Prince's manager and says, during the entire show, you are not to make eye contact with the artist. So Weird Al decides to just stare at him wide-eyed the entire show. What are you going to do? It's so stupid. So yeah, this is segment 5, episode 54 of the ITD show. After Dark.
ITD After Dark.
All right. This is a bad idea. Come on.
We can't get out of here anyway. So, we might as well.
So what did you want to talk about?
Let's get back to the whole entrepreneur not being afraid to fail.
Can we say preneur?
Entrepreneur.
Do you want to talk about it as failure or something else?
Happy mistakes.
Right.
Well, or
lessons learned.
Or even the people who are probably just thinking, you know what, I'm stuck in something. I'd like to be doing something else, and I don't know how to make that next step. How do I do that?
Sure.
Just effing try it.
If it only it were that easy.
But it is.
It is.
Billy, you know that, and I know that, and Bob knows that, and Joanna knows that. And, I mean, it's you have to be willing to just try it. And if it doesn't work, fine. You know, there's as much as I hate all the stupid memes and shit that float around Facebook, the one that was floating around just yesterday that I saw that caught my eye was, okay, the 97% that are afraid to fail are employed by the 3% that aren't.
Wow, that's solid. I like that. No, I like that. I love all of that.
No, I mean, you're right.
I mean, but so occasionally I write words in a blog.
Like poems in a notebook?
Yes, like
a composition book?
Something like, hey, I want to be your weekend lover. I don't know.
No, he's been blogging lately.
So
this will be Billy's Godfather
music.
music.
This goes out to all you lovers. I just want to let you know that you're not alone.
Use your Google voice.
This is
I've often said that there will come a time where I hang out here one night after our show. And you remember the old NBC show, Midnight Caller? I will be Midnight Caller. Nice. Like, I'm just going to hang out here. I'm going to play, like, smooth jazz, love songs, all night long.
We got to get the hook. Yeah. Yeah, but
Bob's
I was just...
Every time you go to a fifth segment, I totally just like, I'm done. Just don't even look at me.
You're not going anywhere good, so just...
No.
That's what you think.
If I may, I'll just share this story that so when we were thinking about having children, I remember talking to my mom, and I'm like, hey, so when is a good time to have kids?
Oh, God.
Right? And she's like, she just kind of looked at me. She's like, there's never a good time.
No.
Like, you'll never have enough money.
Nope.
And
you'll never have enough space. You'll never have enough time. You'll never have enough patience. Yeah, no.
And you'll know and when things happen, life is always going to happen. And it's just how you deal with it. And when you make mistakes, getting up, working through it.
Yep.
And that's what you do. I mean, part of being an entrepreneur, I was thinking through, like, what was it about entrepreneurs? And I always wondered, is it partly because they had parents that were like, no matter what you do, no matter how many times you fail or you make mistakes, we're going to love you? Like, if there's something to that, of knowing that you'll...
I got my ass beat when I figured out that, like, so by age 9, I figured out that you couldn't get all the ingredients for gunpowder in one chemistry set.
Oh, that's a shame.
And so, but by age 11, I had gotten all the chemistry sets that it took to make gunpowder.
Good for you.
And so when I blew up the oak tree in the backyard...
I'm just looking,
It's a fifth segment, Bob.
No, they're like 75 and 9 miles underwater. We're not getting home. We might as well camp up here tonight.
Awesome.
It's good. So are you going to talk, or are you just going to
continue? Our engagement tomorrow morning has been canceled.
Ask Dave, the fifth segment.
The voice of reason left us and abandoned us and didn't tell us where the hell he was.
And you guys got stuck with Billy.
The fifth, Billy. Whenever we go fifth segment, I always unplug. I'm like,
did you say?
No.
Did he say fist segment?
Yes.
go get more beer.
Did you really do
It's
that?
empty.
It sounded like fist.
It can't be empty.
It's empty.
No, it's not.
No, it's beer. I'm sorry that I continue. I'm sorry, guys, that I was not continually filling your beers all night. I did my best.
It is empty, isn't it?
Well, Benson, we're going to have to talk about that.
She looks in the bottle.
But no, I mean, getting on that, I mean, the whole thing about like being willing to fail and entrepreneurship. I mean, that is something that, like, we've seen. Like, one of the coolest things about our group that we've seen over the course of the past, like, 5 years in particular, has been the evolution and the generations that have come through. So there was, like, at first we were all about people finding jobs, and that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, okay, now we're the recruiters trying to hire people into finding jobs. What we've seen more and more of lately is the people that got sick of those first two circles and started their own company, and now they're coming back to us for their first hire. That's kind of cool.
Go ahead with the slow clap. It's fine.
No, but I mean, like, and we don't like, but we don't call ourselves an incubator. We don't call ourselves, we don't call ourselves
Death before.
But it came out of a necessity, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
it came out of us sticking up a middle finger to other people.
Everything else sucked. I mean, that's what it keeps coming back to.
You get the gas face, you get the middle finger.
Did you just gas face somebody?
I gave it the gas face.
Yes.
We're going to do it better. We're going to rub your nose in it.
How do we not have the gas face on?
We do.
Keep talking.
All right. When you go out and you think about, like, is there an opportunity to be like, as a salesperson, that part of being an entrepreneur is being able to sell yourself. Like, it's not just about, you can't just say I have an idea, but you have to be able to convey that message to someone.
Didn't need Dave's business or anyone's for that matter. I wanted it, right? And the sales guys get into a bad situation where they needed business.
Yep.
Well, but where you and I clicked was where it was, okay, you know what, this crap isn't working. Let's go meet for a beer.
Yeah.
And let's get to know each other on a human level.
Yeah.
That's where everything clicked. And it is. I mean, because, look at how many... So
for my customers...
How many conversations have you had where customers have followed you from company to company because of who you are?
Brad
not because
just
of who the
called me to
company
buy
is?
Cisco routers.
There you go.
12 years. How many companies?
Yeah.
Most... Yeah, I got a bunch of guys that no matter wherever you go, I know you're not going to screw me over.
Right.
So that goes into your point. But then again, I'm not selling them a pile of crap either. I'm working for HP and Cisco. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm working for good companies. It's not like I'm going to Joe Blow's computer repair.
Well, certainly you have to sell a solution, or there's a solution that you're providing at the core.
But Dave always says you're not buying. I'm not going to buy Windows when my Windows are fine. I'm going to buy Windows when my Windows are broken, right? And who's around? Who's continually around when the Windows are broke? And so that's
so it is about people who like you. Then
no, it's they
It absolutely is about people that like you.
It's a trust. It's a trust thing, but they know that they're not going to get screwed over.
It's the networking 101 thing. So if I get a call, if I get a call out of nowhere from somebody who's trying to sell me Windows.
Hey Dave, this is Billy Strutter. I'm calling because I just wanted to let you know that I've got this thing that I'd like to talk to you about.
Click.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Done.
Right.
Whatever. But if I go to Bob and I say, Bob, I've got 2 broken windows in my house. Who do you know that sells Windows? Bob tells me to talk to somebody. That person's going to get the sale.
Yeah.
And that's the whole
point of the network.
So what about that is not you liking them?
It's not about us liking them. It's the connection. It's the part that kills me. Nothing makes me sadder than when somebody shows up at our event for the very first time the day they lost their job, or the day they absolutely positively have to hire somebody to fill a key role for a client.
You're talking about desperation.
Well, not only that, but it's
that
you're
way.
a cold call.
Hang on, it's that way the same way with a sales guy as it is with a job seeker. It's a desperation. I got to hit quota this month.
Yep.
please buy something from me.
If you're hitting our events for the first time, the day you need something, you are 90 days to 6 months too late.
Rather than
you've already
just
missed.
I'm coming here as
Right.
like a natural, like I just want to hang out
Because
and
you're a
see
cold
what
call.
happens.
Yeah, and with me, like I'll give you an example. This year, I ended up our fiscal year ended already with the
Right.
company I'm with. I ended up at like 125, 130% of quota. So like at the
He's
end,
getting an
'Cause
award.
you're a badass.
at the end though, I didn't need their business. I wanted
He's
it,
getting
and
an
I wasn't
award.
screaming at people going, "Please give me a PO." I was like, "Hey, how does this work out in your, you know what I mean?" I
What
wasn't.
bar do you need to go to? What strip club do we have to hit?
Well, you sell differently when you're not desperate.
Absolutely.
So how do you sell differently when you're not desperate? What does that
Well,
look like?
the beer garden in Chicago, the Hofbräu House.
It's a relation.
the-
No, it's a relationship sale. It's completely.
So that's
I know it's going to be long term. They know I'm not
Spearmint
going
Rhino.
anywhere.
No, but that's the part that I go back to. You say
Stop.
it's not about people liking you, but you
No, it
keep
absolutely
saying
is.
things about
But
relationships.
the relationship starts it. The business value continues it.
Okay, so they have to like you, and you have to provide
Absolutely.
business.
Oh yeah, because I could be the greatest guy in the world, but if I have no value add to you, see ya.
The relationship
So it's
gets me in the door.
both.
The relationship, no, it's integral. It's a left hand, right hand. I need to have both working cohesively, or it's not going to work. It's not going to happen.
So you could have a great business plan with like I can add value up the yin yang, but they can hate
0%.
you,
Yep, it's not going to work.
and they're not going to do it.
They
But they
could.
could love you,
They could.
and you couldn't add anything.
You could throw
to
a
them.
dart and it could work on either side.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you want something,
but foolproof,
yeah, foolproof.
have
You
to
got
have
both sides are, yeah, no question. And I'll argue until my grave that the relationship gets me to deliver the business value.
Yeah,
The first.
I absolutely believe
The
that
if without the relationship
is like 75%.
I can't sit in there and pitch PowerPoint. And, no, I went out for beers. Good guy. Listen to him. Like that's first.
And you catch crap over that. I know you do,
but I do well at it.
Right.
I wouldn't keep doing well at these companies if I didn't get it.
You knew who I was when you
exactly.
But you do see that often where guys like, I know everything about the product. I know it inside and out.
Means nothing.
But I'm not selling anything.
Means nothing.
Because they don't like you.
Yeah, no, it means nothing. What you know, pitching product, it means nothing. What is it going to do from a bottom line? Spin it. It's all about the spin. Ones and zeros. It's got 10 gig plates and fiber ports and does BGP
and it makes bacon.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Nobody
but would they care if it made bacon?
So Billy, let me tell you a story.
Everybody loves bacon.
Billy, let me tell you a story. When I was 21, I sold Budweiser, right? I was a beer guy.
I know this done to everyone listening right now.
But I went into, there was a thing I thought of, and I said, it's a flat beer. Beer's a flat market. Always has been, right? And I said, how am I going to get my sales to go up? And I went to liquor stores, and I said, beer is what? Bud is 20%, Bud Light's 20%. So 40% of your sales are Bud and Bud Light. Yet I only incorporate 10% of your shelf space in the cooler. So how about I give you one door of Budweiser, one door of Bud Light, and that's only 15% of your cooler. But think of the labor savings. So at 21, I'm not just selling because they liked me; they all liked me. But I'm selling them on business value, meaning if you fill this door up with Bud, you don't have to sit in the cooler and fill up the shelves all day, and you're giving your customers what they want anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, I didn't have to read any fancy books. I kind of got it. It made sense. The whole sales business, yeah, great. Do me a favor. Like you can't keep doing that. Hey, Bud, do me a favor. Put one door Bud Light. No, here's what I'm going to. Here, let's look at your
Show them
business.
the value.
Yeah, I go. Then do me a favor. Let's in 3 months. Let's reevaluate what your sales look like and what your labor costs look like, right? And if I didn't do you justice, put it all back, right? So that's what it's about.
Entrepreneurs, listen up, because that was solid advice.
Can we kill this damn show by now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you done?
Yeah.
All right.
This is episode 54. Appreciate you guys hanging out. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek, Billy, Joanna. Are you going to see Joanna again? I don't know.
I don't know. Am I going to be invited?
Kind of. This worked out well.
You're invited back.
I mean, I'll come back if I'm invited.
You're invited back. So, yeah, we had a good time. See you guys next week. It's episode 54. Beat it.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
Look out, Flash!
Flash! Don't move! Stay where you are!
Long live Flash! You've saved your life. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy.
Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth, Ruth.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear. I'm in my underwear. Hey, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Fear me.
Why would, like, Buick put their cars next to, like, the Bentleys? Like, why? That's not marketing.
The alphabet.
It's brilliant.
Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up.
Are we at a break yet?
I may have to wipe the geek off. I can't say no, and I don't really want to.
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut.
This is the ladies' man.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
You're so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I love this city.
I was banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.